Okay, so it is now
Let's get there.
6:14. That's what I show. So if everybody's ready, I'm going to start now. Welcome to meeting number 32. Our meeting theme is Your Voice Matters. Share it here. Uh, it's so important that people have an opportunity to grow. Some people are shy and they can't maybe say what's on their mind. But I come from a family where there were several kids, and you learn very quickly to either A, out-talk your brother or sister, or either you just more or less were much louder than they are. And this is why it is so important that individuals who join Toastmaster or looking for an organization that's going to help them in that area, this is the place for them to learn how to use their voice, hone it, and then share it among us and in the world. My thought on say on the world part. What does if I say to you, this is you know, look at it from a world's view. You may say, yeah, well, that's great, but I only live on one little place and that's my world. So we must take into considerations what people think of some of the words that we use. But yes, use your voice here. Practice it using vocal variety, for an example. And let's see. Oh, so now we can have our grammarian, Michelle, to explain the role of grammarian.
Thank you, Toastmaster Elton and fellow Toastmasters. As grammarian, my responsibility is to choose the word of the day and to encourage everyone to use it during the meeting. And also I'll be looking at special phrases or any nice phrases that I hear. And I'll do a report afterwards. I'll present a report after. So the word that I chose is eloquent. It's an adjective. And the meaning is fluent or persuasive in speaking or writing. A person who has a way with words. And an example of eloquent, using eloquent in a sentence, is he made an eloquent appeal for action. So I'd like to encourage us to use the word eloquent 10 times today. Back to you, Toastmaster Elton.
Thank you very much. Oh, who's that? All right, and Ken, you are our off counter.
Yeah. Thank you. The thought of listening to someone who's speaking with lots of crutch words makes some of us have a visceral reaction. We only hear the crutch words. We only hear the ums and ahs, the so's, the buts, the ands. And our inner voice just screams, all you have to do is pause. You don't have to fill in every bit of silence with a word that distracts the audience. Now, some of us don't even notice them, and that's fine. It sounds very colloquial and conversational when we do think about a word before we say it and use something to fill in the gap. But we're here to polish our presentation skills, and normally that means it shouldn't sound like we're making it up as we go. We could be making it up as we go, but we don't want to sound like we're making it up as we go. So to avoid that particular sin, we're going to pause, not and ah. We're not going to double word. We're not going to start a sentence and then restart it because we thought of a better way to open it. We're going to think about what we say. We're going to say it. And if it wasn't the way we wanted it to sound when we started the sentence, it doesn't matter. The audience doesn't know that you thought of a better way to start the sentence. Just keep on going. Pause if you need to think about what you're going to say next so that the audience will believe that you've got something important coming up. And it gives them time to digest what you just said, which is also good. Some people think pausing makes you look lost, but it actually has the opposite effect. It will make the audience think that you are a very thoughtful speaker because you're giving them a chance to hear what you have said. So avoid your ums and ahs because I'll be counting them and reporting at the end of the meeting on how we avoided them. So everyone gets a credit of 5 ums and ahs, and I'll give you 1 point off every time you use one. At the end of the meeting, I'll report if you still have 5 or you've used up your 5. So that's your goal. Less than 5 today. Good luck, Mr. Toastmaster.
Thank you very much for your thorough overview, the role of the timer. I'm sorry, our counter. And our timer is Bruce.
Me, sorry.
So can you
Thank you, Michelle,
tell
for
us?
letting me know.
Now you almost maybe do straight. Oh, so tell us what your role entails as timer.
Yes, every speech in Toastmasters. Oh, hi, Sargis. How are you? Every speech in Toastmasters is timed with a minimum, middle, and maximum. When you reach the minimum time, you'll see the green virtual background, the yellow at the middle time, and the red at the maximum time. Sorry, there we go. There we go. When you see the yellow, start thinking of my clicking is going off today. When you see the yellow, start thinking about wrapping up, and then when you see the red, you've got a 30-second grace period to do so. I am going to use where were your actions? I'm going to use the raised hand so that I'm in the top left corner, and I will report on the times when called upon. Thank you.
Thank you very, very, very much. And we have reached a fun part of the meeting, I'll call it, and that's table topics. And Yuka is our MC.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Elton. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Toronto Liberty Village Speakers, where you sharpen your communication skills and leadership skills. Now, what is table topics? Last time we were here, Ken was the table topics master, and I think he did a fabulous job in teaching us how to bring our thoughts together and how to make them meaningful. And he taught this to us right in the session. So today is time for you to apply that to the topics that I have. I have very easy, fun topics for all of you to speak on. And the way we'll go about it is you volunteer. You either raise your virtual hand, just like Bruce has raised his, and he's raised it for timer. I acknowledge that. So you raise your virtual hand or you raise your physical hand and I'll call you up. The timings is 1 to 2 minutes. You speak at least for 1 minute. That's when you'll see Bruce's background going green, which means you've reached your minimum time limit. And if it reaches red, you know that it's time for you to stop. So you have 30 seconds buffer as soon as you see red, but it's best you start wrapping it up when you see a yellow. Thank you, Bruce. So who wants to go first? These are very simple topics. Michelle, did I see your hand going up? No, I didn't. But do you want to go first?
Okay, I'll go.
You have numbers 1 to 5. What do you choose?
Three.
Toastmaster Michelle, your topic is, if you could travel to the future or past, where would you go and why? If you could travel to the future or past, where would you go and why, Toastmaster Michelle?
Thank you, Table Topics Master. If I were to travel to the future, I would be in a vehicle that flies, like the Jetsons. If anybody remembers that cartoon. And the reason for that is because when I was a kid, I always wanted to fly. I would pretend I was Superman, and I always landed on my feet. I didn't land on my stomach or anything, but so that would be the main reason. And also I would like to be able to travel anywhere I want and not have to go through all the lines to get on an airplane. So that's reason number 2. And reason number 3 would be I could land maybe in anywhere in either in the Arctic or Antarctica or anywhere in the world. So those are the 3 reasons. I've always wanted to fly. Number 2, I think I forgot the reason. Number 3 is being able to land anywhere. Back to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Michelle. And I hope you're able to travel to future someday soon and you're able to do everything that you wish to. All right, so who's going next? Sargis, that's how you pronounce it, right?
Actually, it's pronounced Sarkis. Think of
Sarkis.
the G as a K, but it's okay. I
Yes,
don't want to be called anything.
Sarkis. So you have numbers 1, 2, 4, and 5.
7.
You have 1, 2, 4, and 5.
Oh, I'm sorry. 4 and 5. Sorry, 7 is my lucky number. I always say 7. I'll just pick like 5.
Okay, 5. All right. Sarkis, your topic is, what is the strangest autocorrect you've had so far? What is the strangest autocorrect you've had so far, Sarkis?
Well, I wouldn't call this. Oh, actually, before I continue, I've been having mic problems. Can y'all hear me okay? Excellent. And let me just look at what the word of the day is because I really, really want to use it. Eloquent. Cool. Well, personally, I had the strangest autocorrect I have was actually in a recent assignment. You see, I was working on a research assignment where I was supposed to study uh sorry, I was supposed to study aspects of Hindu religion from a religious studies course. Now, as part of the school research assignment, I had to use a test called CRAAP. Now, if you know the acronym, I can't actually say the full acronym name because it sounds too close to another word that's quite inappropriate. Unfortunately, when I did the assignment, my writing was less than eloquent and resulted in that acronym being autocorrected to that not so good word. And when I submitted to the teacher, it's like, hey, Sarkis, please tell me you you wanted to add an extra A and not meant the other bad word. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Sarkis. Who's going next? All right, I have Bruce and then I have Elton. So, Bruce, your options are 1, 2, and 4.
Since Sarkis stole my go-to number, I'll go to number 4.
Okay. Bruce, your topic is, what is the most embarrassing thing you've accidentally said or done on a Zoom call? What is the most embarrassing thing you've accidentally said or done on a Zoom call? Toastmaster Bruce.
Thank you for the topic, Yukta, TTM Yukta, and Toastmaster Yukta as well. I'm usually very cautious about what is said or shown on Zoom. Not that I've exposed any part of me. I've stood up and walked away, but luckily I've had a virtual background on, or it was blur, and I have my lounging pajama pants on basically, and I had to quickly go out and get something. But I think the most awkward moment for me is not what I've done, but it's what I've said because I feel I have a quick tongue. I speak my mind without thinking first, and that can cause me embarrassment and hopefully not any insult to anybody that's on the screen. And that I don't think I've ever done that part, but I have said a couple of nasty words. I mean, Sarkis was very polite when he said that he typed the word crap. That's crap is fine. It's not a swear word. And that so, but I've said a couple of other foul language words that I won't say obviously in this because the topic is about that. But that has been probably my most embarrassing moment on a Zoom call. But normally I'm quite um, good about what I say and what I show. Back to you.
Thank you so much, Bruce. And that reminds me once when I was on an office call and it was boring and I wanted to get out, I said I have another call to attend to. And I thought I had disconnected. And I said, oh my God, this call was so boring. I just finished it. And everybody started laughing. But yeah, things like that could happen in a virtual world. All right, so now we have 2 topics left, and I had Elton's hand up. Elton, do you want to go next?
Okay,
Okay, so your options are 1 and 2.
2.
Okay, so Elton, your topic is, if you could choose a hobby as a profession, what would it be and why? If you could choose a hobby as a profession, what would it be and why, assuming payments won't be a concern?
Fellow Toastmasters, I would truly enjoy traveling the world, capturing images. I find for me, going out, I can be sometimes a little too reserved. But if I've got the camera in my hand and I see a picture that I want, I'll do what I need to do in order to get that image. So photography is something that's very important to me. It really helps me communicate with individuals on a different level. You can tell someone how, there were 6 hotels, on the Isle of Oahu, but if you have no pictures, I don't care how you describe it, they're really not going to know. Maybe that's where transparency falls into play. Oh, I think that for myself personally, I find it difficult to tell people uh, what's on my mind. I will just stuff it in the back and just let it go. I'm good at just forgetting it and not doing it. But I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't be doing that. Maybe should be holding all these people accountable. Oh, so tiring. Anyway, that's back to you.
Thank you so much, Elton. And with that, we have the last topic left. Ken, do you want to give it a shot?
I think it's my turn.
All right, Ken. So you have only one option left, which is topic number one. And I think
7. Oh, sorry.
and I think you'll find this interesting. If there was a movie made about your life, what would the title be and who would be the lead actor? If there was a movie made about your life, what would the title be and who would be the lead actor, Ken?
Maybe you've seen it. Maybe you've seen the sequel. Maybe you've seen the sequel to the sequel. Maybe you've seen the sequel to the sequel to the sequel. Obviously, I'm talking about a franchise movie, and you may already have guessed that because I am a splitting resemblance to Macaulay Culkin in Home Alone. Yes. No. I think that movie totally depicts the extremes that I go to solve a problem. In the movies that I mentioned, he had to use a great deal of ingenuity to defeat a superior foe or foes who were bent on harming him or his family. And he would use everyday items to create traps, provide injuries, to um, uh, incapacitate the bad person or persons so that he could escape unharmed. Now, I don't have too many opportunities to defend myself against bad guys, but I do set myself some very challenging obstacles. And I like to solve them using everyday objects and creativity. Sometimes you can just throw money at a problem and it fixes it up. I don't tend to do that. I look around for scraps of this and pieces of that and build it rather than buy it. So I think the movie Home Alone, in the aspect of it where he gets creative to take care of things, really depicts my life well. And maybe I don't look like Macaulay Culkin as a child, but the older he gets, the closer we look. Madam Table Topics Master.
Thank you so much, Ken. And with that, we come to the end of Table Topics session. I will recap for all of you so that you're able to vote. And I see Bruce has already posted the link here on chat. We first had Michelle talk about going to past or future, and she chose future. We then had we had Sarkis going next, who spoke about the strangest autocorrect in his report or research. Then we had Bruce talking about the most embarrassing thing he's accidentally done on Zoom or said on Zoom. And then we had Elton, who spoke about photography as his profession. And finally, Ken, who spoke about a movie made on his life, which would be Home Alone. Please go ahead and vote for your favorite speaker. Thank you. And with that, I hand this back to Elton. Elton, you're on mute.
And Michelle, did you end up getting the evaluation form at all? You're on mute. Okay, I'll take that as a no. So no.
She's back.
Oh, I was just having problems with my mic for a minute there. No, I don't have it.
I'll get it to you within the next minute.
And we're going to move into our speaking portion of our meeting. And if our timer could describe the times that's going to be used for.
Yeah, it's 5 to 7 minutes. And if you give me another, Elton knows about the day I've had today. So if you can give me a moment while I
Take your time.
upload the upload the, what's it called? Agenda into chat. There you go. It's, what is today? The 10th, right?
Yeah.
I have it handy, Bruce. Do you want me to post it?
No, I've got it. I got it right now. So yeah, I just had to save it. So
Are you good to go?
almost 10th of June. Yes, here we go. Okay, now it's in there.
Alrighty. So our first speaker tonight is none other than the eloquent. What's her name again?
Miserable day today.
Never mind. I know, poor baby. Uh, okay. Yeah. So, and you're going to give a presentation, and your presentation is coming from engaging humor,
Hmm.
and you're going to be doing inspire your audience. And the title of your presentation is the the what? Oh, the time company. And with that, I'm going to ask the evaluator to tell us what the objectives are.
Agenda, but I don't have the evaluation form. Okay.
It's in.
Oh,
I put it to you in chat. Oh,
in chat? Oh.
in chat. Sorry, no, not in chat. Oh, right.
Somebody is
Yeah, you're gonna have to mute Michelle for a second. Thank you. I put it into WhatsApp.
okay. She should have it any second now.
Oh, I'm sorry, I don't have it in WhatsApp. Did you send it? Oh.
Oh, hang on. Oh, so this is absolutely the worst day that I've had. Yeah, I forgot to click send. Oh, not a good day, Timber, so don't expect much from today's speech.
Yeah, we are.
No.
Yeah. Now we'll find out what you're made out of.
Yeah, I tell you one thing, I'm having a beer or a glass of wine tonight.
Ooh, nice. Hopefully it's a good bottle.
Michelle, you're gonna have to unmute.
Okay,
Oh, there you go.
yes, I'm ready to give the objectives. Okay, and so the purpose of the project is for Bruce to practice writing and delivering a speech that inspires others. And the purpose of the speech is for the member to inspire the audience. So the floor is yours, Bruce.
Thank you. Yeah,
Yeah,
sorry.
I'm on my phone, so I'm just gonna
Yeah, no.
go back. It's hard to.
Elton, can I have you announce the speech title, please? It's called the Three C's, and this is why I don't do Zoom on phones.
Uh,
Sorry,
don't
Michelle.
let
No
this.
offense.
Right. So three. Okay. The three C's. The three C's. Bruce Lang.
And before I start my timing, I'm setting the scene for you. This is a very casual Toastmasters dinner gathering to listen to a motivational after dinner address. So picture that in your head while you listen to me. Thank you, fellow Toastmasters and guests, for allowing me to address you after dinner at this very casual and nice event. You've had your dinner now, and you may feel drowsy. No, I didn't drug your meals, but a full stomach can lead to feeling relaxed and sleepy. To put you at ease, you are not being hypnotized. I'm here to tell you about three C words that have affected me in an eloquent and profound way. Being Toastmasters yourselves, and eventually Sarkis, where your voice matters, these words and what they mean to me could very well what they mean to you. Considering what you've just eaten, these C words are not carrots, cauliflower, or corn. I'll tell you about them one by one, starting with the first C word, club. Everything starts at the club level, where my team lead at work, when my team lead at work suggested at the time to our manager that he felt Toastmasters would be good for the both of us. I asked him, "What's Toastmasters? Do we learn the art of making toast?" Yes, in a way, but a speaking one. After visiting one club, we visited a second and immediately joined the Sun Life Speakers Corner Club that was across the street from our office at the time. Less than 4 months later, our offices moved further away, but we stayed with the club due to the members and the camaraderie that was developing. We felt comfortable. Over 19 years later, I'm still there. I wasn't easy to get rid of. How could they when I kept volunteering to be a club officer? That's the next step in becoming a leader, stepping up to be a club officer. A fine example of this at TLVS is Adrian, who's unfortunately not able to join us tonight because he's got jet lag. The first step was for him to join a club, which he has done. After joining, you need to get involved. Take on roles during club meetings, participate in table topics. Don't be shy about being an evaluator and sign up in pathways. Do your assessment. Choose your path. First one is free. And schedule your icebreaker speech. With being a club officer for many years, I occasionally get asked to lead a club officer training session, known as a COT. By doing the training for the role I have, I get credit for it just as you would for attending the COT session. In these virtual COT sessions, you need to stay on for the duration because they will be noting who is on at the beginning and who is on at the end. The next C word is contests. The contest season is back to being twice a year. In the fall, we go through club to division for the table topics and evaluation speech contest. For the international speech contest, we go from January to March for the club to division. The culmination of these 3 speech contests is the crowning of our top 3 at annual conference in late April. I always tell newer members not to be afraid of the word contest. It's not just the contestants that a contest requires, but there are non-speaking roles such as timers, ballot counters, and the Sergeant at Arms, SAA. Contests also require judges to rank the contestants on a ballot form. A contest also needs a contest chair and a chief judge. Geez Louise, there are a lot of C words pertaining to contests. From what I have heard from contestants, it's worthwhile participating as one. My preferred niche is organizing a contest as I'd like to. I'd make a lousy loser if I didn't win. I'd end up stalking the judges, asking them, why didn't I win? As I break down in tears and make a spectacle of myself. A home club member of mine showed perseverance in contesting in the District 60 Table Topics contest several years back, pre-pandemic. As she started into her speech about the topic provided, her microphone stopped working, unlike it did for the previous speakers or contestants. But she didn't notice and carried on. She was given great advice during the briefing, being told to project her voice loud and clear since it was a large room. It worked, as Laura took home the 3rd place trophy. The 3rd C word is one I've already mentioned a few times already, conference. There is another C word connected to this that has affected me, committee. I've been on the organizing committee for 6 conferences. A lot of work, yes, but all 6 times have been a rewarding experience. I took my own advice and I got involved. My experience with conferences started out with just attending the district contests. In seeing that, finding out what I was missing, I decided to attend one of the full days, usually a 2-day event. In experiencing that, I wanted the whole thing. I've been attending the full conference for a while now and have thoroughly enjoyed them all. In being a club officer and having held the positions of president and VP education, these are the 2 officer roles that are eligible to cast votes during the business meeting, which is free, by the way. The Scottish in me loves that. The next term of district trio and division directors are also elected during the business meeting, and this can be quite entertaining. The conferences are also where some great workshops are held, with usually 8 of them being arranged for you to choose 2 from, 2 sessions of 4, choosing 1 to attend in each session. Did you follow that? Can't mention the conference without mentioning the food. Continental breakfast on both days, and as well as lunch both days, and dinner on Saturday. These all have been delicious, many times going back for seconds. Shh, don't tell anyone. Kidding, of course, as when it's a buffet, you most certainly can go back for more. But wait until all the tables have gone up, at least once. There you have it, my 3 C words in Toastmasters, plus a lot of others as it turned out. It all starts at the club level. Join, participate, speak, and lead. During the club level, volunteer for the 2nd C word, contest. Sign up as a contestant or take on another role, such as a non-speaking one. If you go through the contest stages of club, area, and division, you end up at the 3rd C word, conference, where the district contests, wonderful workshops, and the business meeting await you. Oh, did I mention the food? Lots of food. These 3 C words have enlightened my life without a doubt, and I call on you to embrace them as well. Hats off to all of you with my Canada hat. Look at that, another C word. Cheers. Oh, and yet another one. Back to you, TM Elton.
Well, okay, comrade. Thank you so much for your presentation. It's very light and I will say airy. I enjoyed it thoroughly. Can we have 1 minute on the clock so that the evaluator can complete um, the evaluation before we get the portion of we don't want to get to the portion of the meeting and you didn't have enough time to finish it. So this is why you have 1 minute.
And remind me who's evaluating. Is that you, Michelle?
Yes.
Michelle's- I guess it's not Yukta because she's gone.
Gone.
No, it's
Okay.
Michelle. It's Michelle, but I'm also trying for the life of me to find out where I put my timing report. Oh, there it is. Just found it.
Okay. So then the way as it stands now, then okay, he has a minute passed, Mr. Timer?
Almost. We're at 44 seconds, 45. Five minutes. See, I'm totally off today. 5 seconds, 2 seconds, one. Time.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, so now we're going to move into our next portion of the meeting, and that is going to be handled by our general evaluator. Oh, I guess that's me.
No, it's not.
Isn't?
No, I do that.
Oh, that's right. I forgot. That was one of the changes I didn't make to my thing. Yes, Ken, the floor is yours.
Is it though?
Yeah.
Thanks, Elton. Thank you
Is
very
it
much.
so?
So I'll be evaluating several things at today's meeting, but I won't be evaluating the speaker. That's Michelle's job. I'll be providing introductions to Michelle before she evaluates Bruce, and also be introducing the timer, who is Bruce, and the yacht hunter, who is me. Who am I? Michelle, please provide your evaluation of Bruce's speech.
Thank you, General Evaluator Ken. Fellow Toastmasters, and especially Bruce. Bruce, I loved your speech. It was very inspiring. You met your objectives. And what I liked about your speech is the title, The Three C's. And you explained to us what the three C's are, the club, contest, and conference. And in each section, you told a story, about yourself, and also with the club, you talked about Adrian's journey as well. And you did the same for the contest and the conference. You gave it examples through storytelling. And also at the end, in your conclusion, what I liked is you inspired us by giving us ideas of what we should do when we start at the club level. We should start taking roles, get involved, become club officers, and also getting involved in the contest. You don't necessarily have to be a contestant, but you can be involved in other ways. So it's great how you really inspired us, and it's something that we can all relate to because it's Toastmasters. So that's great. So you kept the audience in mind as well. which was great. And one area of growth would be maybe more vocal variety, or if you feel comfortable standing, it might be you could use more gestures, or it would be easy. It might increase the energy level if you stand, but that's up to you. I don't know if that's your experience. And so overall, great speech. And you also use the word of the day, eloquent. So that's great. Back to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you, Michelle. Yeah, we do have a distortion on some microphones tonight, but not terrible. Let's hear from the timers report. Bruce?
Yep, that would be me. And Michelle, for the standing thing, I just don't have the room here to do in my setup, so that's why. But thank you for pointing it out, because that's what usually happens. For the table topics, Michelle's came in at 204, Sarkis 119, myself 156, Elton 144, and Ken 159. My speech came in at a little over time, 750-ish, and Michelle's evaluation came in at 237.
Thank you, Bruce.
You're welcome.
I'd like to give the counter report today. So I'll list the presenters in order, and I'll also explain whether they used all of their allowance of 5. I just gave up with that. Elton, you didn't use any of your allowance. You started and ended with 5. Good for you. Michelle, you still have 5. I used 1 of my allowance points. Bruce used a couple. Yukta has all hers. Sarkis, you have all Laura's. I think we did pretty well with the ums and ahs. I would like to point out, Michelle, it wasn't that tripped you up. What word do you think you used 11 times during your evaluation? Any guesses?
Or so.
No.
I usually use so, but maybe not this
You
time.
had 2 of those, but you had 11 and. So you might of phrasing is without the end to give it a more impact. And that is one heck of a microphone.
Yeah, no, it's whenever Michelle is off
mute.
Off mute. Yeah, that's what happens. Yeah.
Oh, all right. All right, let's try not to subject ourselves to much more of that, and I will link into my general evaluation report. Thank you, Elton, for taking the reins tonight as our Toastmaster. You started on time, you addressed the theme, and then transitioned nicely into the rest of the agenda. Michelle explained her role. She introduced the word eloquent. She used it, gave us a goal to use it 10 times. And I guess I've yet to call on. No, I called on. No, I didn't call on you to give. Did you give your report? No. Okay, so we'll do that later. All right, so we'll hear how eloquent we were when Michelle gets to her grammarian report. Yukta, our table topics master, capably delivered a session with interesting and simple topics. She very eloquently linked from our previous table topic session by mentioning how I was giving a workshop on making sure that you have a well-defined point when you spoke, and asked us to try to incorporate that into our speech tonight, which is always valuable. Good job, Yukta. She explained the challenge ahead of us and she encouraged us to participate. And each time she gave us a topic, she repeated it to ensure accuracy and understanding. So those are all good marks of a well-executed table topics session. Let's see. Oh, I did manage to listen carefully to the table topic speakers. They don't usually get much feedback, but I'll mention a few highlights. Michelle, you had great use of pauses. There was no ums and ahs. What I would say is if you're going to make 3 points during your speech and you do a recap at the end, it's best not to forget what the 3 points that you used are, as it really stands out. Sarkis, you were out of the 5 thinking tonight, and you did give us a topic that was full of crepe. Thank you, Bruce, for the your table topics, about the awkward exposure on a Zoom call. My only memory of an awkward exposure on a Zoom call was when I had a hot mic and not realizing it. And I said out loud to my wife next door here, it's been 45 minutes and we're only on slide number 5 out of 30. Yeah, so that meeting, that 1 hour meeting needed, I think, the comic relief that it got because everybody broke down in laugh. Thank you very much, everyone, for being so eloquent and capable in your presentations tonight. I'll call on our grammarian, tell us how we did on our use of today's word.
Thank you, General Evaluator. We used the word eloquent. I counted 7 times.
Oh,
We were close, but not quite there, but great job. And yes, so back to you.
okay, thanks. I was waiting for you to go off. And that ends the evaluation section of tonight's meeting. I'm hoping that everyone came away from tonight's meeting with something of value to improve their presentation skills in the future. And if Elton is ready, I'll hand the teeny tiny little gavel back to him.
Anyway, it is to find out the table topic winner. And
Yes,
it's
I
going to be done
forgot.
by Bruce.
Yeah, because I completely forgot that Yukta was leaving at 7. So I have the results, and by a 1 vote narrow margin, the drum roll for best table topic speaker or favorite. I never know what would you guys say? Would you say favorite table topic speaker or best table topic speaker? I'm just like, what do you guys think?
I think favorite's better because best implies someone's better than you.
Yeah, well, they are. So, but yeah, so
It's a popularity contest. We don't have judging criteria.
yeah. So favorite table topic speaker tonight was Ken.
Oh my God.
I know. I'd like to thank all the little people out there.
Oh no.
Or
Okay.
as Sally Field said in her Oscar-winning acceptance for her second Best Actress Oscar, "You like me. You really like me."
Alrighty, let's see what's on the list. Club business. Uh, El Presidente, do you have
Yes, I
anything you'd
posted an
like to?
announcement. I posted an announcement into chat sorry, oh my God, I'm getting my words mixed up. Into WhatsApp the other day, and um, where did it go? Why am I not finding it here? unless it happened earlier. Oh yeah, there we go. Sorry, it was from yesterday. So yeah, we didn't have any extra names being put forward, so it was just a one name per role. We have our incoming president is Elton, VP Ed myself, VP membership BB, VP PR Elton because he's the king of PR, I tell you. Uh, Secretary Michelle, thank you for volunteering, Michelle. Treasurer BB, and our SAA will be Adrian. So I'll help him out with that role, though. And that is it. We got our club officers training credits for both rounds, or we reached our training credit because we got the minimum of 4 trained in both rounds combined. So yeah. That is it. I think we have one more meeting left this Toastmaster year. So today's the 10th, so plus 14, the 24th. And hopefully everybody is there. We are in need of one member because the person that was going to come in person tonight, see Elton, it ended up working out anyway. The
Yeah.
person that Yukta had said was going to be coming tonight in person to bring cash to pay for her membership, it wasn't able to because of some kind of school course starting and is not able to attend the next meeting on the 24th. So that basically, ironically, I used the word crap when I when I replied to that message.
That's okay. That's not a curse
I
word.
know it's not a curse word, exactly. So yeah, so unfortunately, she was to be our 9th club member, and we're still aiming. I do have a plan, unless Sarkis wants to step up. I do have a plan to try and get somebody in before the end of the month so that we can be distinguished, we can reach or have our goals counted, and also for Yukta to get her club coach credit. So that is what our situation is at the moment. So we still have time. We still have more than half a month to go, but fingers crossed we do get our 9th member.
Oh, close. Oh, close.
Yeah, one more. Yeah. Anyway, that's it for me.
Okay.
Oh, Sarkis, you have
Uh,
your. Yeah,
Yeah, I just want to ask some questions about the membership.
sure.
So if I choose to step up, it's very likely I might. Uh, can I just talk to Adrian to get that process started?
And I wouldn't go through Adrian because Adrian is new.
No
So
problem.
go through myself or Elton.
I see. Can I shoot you an email?
Yep. Do you have our email address?
I don't think I do
Okay,
actually.
I'll put it into chat for you. I'll just type it in there. Yeah, because Adrian's still somewhat new, so he wouldn't know all the ins and outs of it. Hotmail.com. There we go. Okay. Yep. Now it's in there.
I see. So it's Bruce. Oh, okay.
No, yeah, that's my first name. Yeah, the email address starts with Lang. Yeah,
No problem. I'll just save
yeah,
this.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm still deciding if I should be a full-fledged member, and I'll be honest, I don't want to say I don't want to do it, but I'm still considering.
Well, there's one the initial option is to cover yourself until and we can't do any the end of the end of the current membership period ends in September 30th. We can't do any part membership. So this is June 10th. We can't only pay for you, or you can't only pay for yourself until say the end of July or August. It's got to go until the end of September. But
Okay,
but if you don't want to continue past September, that is your prerogative, and you just let us know.
got it.
Okay. So, but the Elton, do you recall? It's 80 Canadian, correct? For the
uh,
4 months for June, July, August, September.
yeah,
Okay,
I'm
so it's
pretty
80
sure of it.
Canadian plus the new member fee, which is what?
$28 and some
28, that's
cents.
what it
I'm
was.
looking
Yes.
for the
Yeah.
frankly look
Yeah.
frantically looking
No,
for.
that's it. I remember now. Yeah. So in total, Sarkis, if you were to join and what we need someone to join this month.
I can't keep it into place.
Huh?
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
You're doing it again.
Yeah, he's doing it again. Yeah, so a new member coming into Toastmasters needs to pay the new member fee. And for this new member, if joining in the month of June for us, to get our status that I was mentioning, the total amount payable would be 108 Canadian. Now, let's say you didn't want to come in June, but you wanted to come in July. That's not going to benefit the club in achieving our goals that we want in order to become distinguished, which I know probably went right over your head with regarding that comment. But it wouldn't give Yukta her club coach credit. So there's two negatives to not joining in June, but joining in June gives the club uh, power, based on, I don't know if that's the right word to use, credentials, and also gives Yukta her club coach credit. But I would need, if you're feeling that that's too much an amount to pay, then you need to let me know kind of ASAP, because then I need to go to Plan B.
Okay, so I'm sorry, the fee is $26 or over 100? I didn't quite catch that
108. It's
to
80.
join.
Yeah, including
Okay.
the new member fee. So the $80 covers you for June, July, August, September, but the extra $28 is the new member fee, which is a one-time thing.
Okay.
And we pay by e-transfer to the club account. I can send that back to you in an email. And then Elton, once he receives the e-transfer, Elton then pays Toastmasters International the amounts that are required, which are in US dollars, by the way. That's why it's a little bit not really higher, but we have to take into account the US exchange rate. That's all.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Cool. Thank you for the information.
Yeah, you're welcome. Yeah, so
Yeah, I got a question for you, senior guys. Do you ever use this form with your executive officers?
no.
What about you,
I,
Elton? Have you
I've
ever
used,
had your
I've,
executive officers agree to these statements and sign their names?
yes, we have.
Okay.
Because it was part of the, oh my God, I can't think of the name of the,
Rex?
no. It's a Toastmasters magazine, not magazine, but it's a thing that we do starting in July, where we get together and we decide, how the year's going to be planned
Oh,
out.
the club success plan.
Right. And in the back, they have a place where you sign that document.
Okay. So there's no strong feelings towards it, against it?
I've
Oh,
I've I was
I
unaware
think,
of it, so yeah.
Oh, I
I
see.
think, I think it's a good thing because, if the person is, not doing his or her role,
You can wave it in the
then
face.
you can say, look, you signed this document saying that you
Right.
were going to do this,
Mhm.
and come on.
Yeah.
Let's
All
make it.
right. So it's summative rather than formative.
Yeah.
I get you. So great meeting, everyone. Nice to see you all again. And Elton, we have our meeting tomorrow at noon. I'll be online because I don't have the luxury of going in this week, but I will be the Toastmaster of the meeting, and I will also conduct some club business at the end because we still have a secretary role to fill, and we have a little dance that we have to do with one of the one couple of the open positions. So two people were running for VP of PR, and no one was running for VP of Ed, but I got one of the candidates from the VP PR to be the VP of Ed next year. So we filled those two positions with two people, and we're just short a secretary. So I'll hopefully get that filled tomorrow.
Wonderful.
Yank
Wonderful.
it.
Yeah, every year. Imagine
Yep.
doing it twice a year. My God.
Alrighty.
Okay, so if there isn't any other announcements or something where people go, oopsie, I want to say. If
Good
not, good night.
Night.
night. Thanks, guys. See you on the
Yeah.
24th.
All right, Elton, and continued recovery there.
Yes. Continue recovery. Thank you.